Hi guys, what's going on? Alex here and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Notts County versus Harrogate Town, and Harrogate Town have finally been promoted to the EFL League 2. After only 2 years in the National League, they became professional in the 2017-2018 season. Now, first of all, before I get into this video, if you do enjoy it, make sure you do leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I'm trying my very best to upload as much content at the best quality I can as possible, and I'm trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2020. Also, I'd like to give my commiserations once again on this channel to Notts County, a club that were formed in 1862. They're now in the National League. And it is really sad, to be honest, because their stadium obviously holds something like, 20,000 seats. And, you know, a very club with a massive, rich history. And, you know, I look at it as it was them versus a team that have been professional for literally a handful of years. So it seemed like a mismatch, but fair play to Harrogate Town for gaining promotion. Now, usually I don't make many videos on other teams. However, today I really wanted to make this video and talk about Harrogate Town's current situation at Wembley Road. Now, it's been their home for quite a while, and it holds 5,000 people with 1,000 seats. So it's very, very, you know, decent for League Two. They're smaller, obviously, but there's obviously a lot bigger as well. The likes of Bradford City and Bolton Wanderers. I'd just like you to sit here and think, 10 years ago, if I said to you, Harrogate Town versus Bolton Wanderers would be a league game, you'd be like, you'd probably laugh, to be honest. But here we are, Harrogate Town finally in League Two, obviously. Wembley Road, like I was talking about, I've got a little bit of a situation going on. I'm going to be talking about that in this video. So obviously, as I said, 5,000 people is a decent capacity. That will pass for the Football League. However, the one big problem they currently have is the fact that they play it on a 3G pitch. Now, Harrogate, back in the National League North just a few years ago, they were joined by the likes of Tamworth, who had AstroTurf pitches, and most teams at level 6 do have an AstroTurf pitch. We've recently seen Bradford Park Avenue have started to install one. Now, the way this makes me think, it's kind of in two ways. If a club, for example Tamworth, who are in the National League less than 10 years ago, install a 3G pitch, it makes me think they're not ambitious to push up the Football League, but they are ambitious to build a community around the club. And I think that's what Harrogate has highlighted and involved themselves around ever since this pitch was installed. One huge positive about having an AstroTurf pitch at non-league is the fact that more people can play on it. You know, you can play on it in all weathers. Not only the first team will play on it, but the under-23s, the under-18s, all the way down to probably the under-7s. You can obviously train on the pitch, and you can hold all different events. For example, walking football, women's football, disability football. So it's very good to bring in a lot more revenue as well. You can hire the pitch out to other sports teams who may want to train on it, especially in the winter. And, you know, a few of my local clubs have AstroTurf pitches, the likes of Coventry United, the likes of Bedworth United. Tamworth is another one that I've already mentioned, Bouldermere, St Michael's. So a lot of non-league clubs are starting to get AstroTurf pitches. So Harrogate have confirmed that they will be digging up the pitch tomorrow, the 3rd of August. They've decided that they're going to dig up the AstroTurf pitch, and this is losing a lot of revenue, obviously, from what they already use it for. But the managers and the owners have all come out and said, look, playing in the Football League is more important than the AstroTurf pitch to the club. Obviously, if it's used for a training ground, they're probably going to have to find somewhere else to train. And for a lot of youth teams, they're either going to use the grass pitch or they're just going to have to find somewhere else. And it is a weird one to look at, but at the same time, I think they are doing the right thing. Obviously, they're going to make more revenue in League Two, and this also shows that they're expecting to stay up next season and they've got a long-term plan ahead. Obviously, they're only in the National League for 3 years, so the club are on the up, and I think they're one that not very many people were talking about. Obviously, we've seen the likes of AFC Fylde, who were a very, very ambitious non-league club of last year. And, you know, they're not really spoken about as much. They're now in the National League North after being relegated this season. Harrogate have been a consistent team, even back in the National League North 3 or 4 years ago. They're always pushing at the top of the table, and fair play to them for being promoted. However, installing a grass pitch and digging up the AstroTurf pitch will take around 10 weeks, and with the season expected to start in mid-September, fans expecting to come back in October, it looks like Harrogate are going to have to find maybe a temporary home to play their home game. Now, if fans aren't coming, it could literally be anywhere. Like, they could go and play at Fratton Park, and yes, it'd be inconvenient for the players and the managers, etc. But it's not going to be as bad as, say, if fans were going to be there. But I'm going to just name a couple possible outcomes. So the nearest ground that could kind of match the standard is Nethermore Park, home of Guiseley. This ground only holds 3,000. However, as I said, if fans aren't welcome back, it isn't really too bad. That's 11 miles away from Harrogate Town's current home. You've also got Thorshill Nest, home of Albion Sports, and Farsley Celtic. Farsley Celtic also play in the National League North. And then we've got Ellen Road, home of Premier League club Leeds United. As well as that, we've also got Valley Parade, home of Bradford City. So they've got a lot of options as well. Bradford Park Avenue wouldn't pass as they're now installing an AstroTurf pitch. York City's new ground as well, the York Community Stadium, or it's something community, I don't know. It's just, you should just leave a really good historic Bootham Crescent to just another eyesore of a stadium, really. Now, if Harrogate were to stay here for 10 weeks, they'd probably play about 5 or 6 home games, which should all be behind closed doors, which wouldn't really be that bad for them. But I just want to know your guys' thoughts on this whole, what do you guys think about AstroTurf pitches? Should they be allowed in the professional game? Obviously, abroad, a lot of professional teams do use AstroTurf pitches, especially in Scotland, the likes of Livingston, who are a top-flight Scottish Premiership team. They play on an AstroTurf pitch at their ground, the Tony Macaroni Stadium or something like that. But I want to know your guys' thoughts, because obviously the likes of Notts County, Stevenage, Chesterfield, recently relegated teams that have been in the Football League for, well, quite a long time. And they're now playing at the likes of Sutton United and Bromley on AstroTurf pitches. A lot of teams train on artificial pitches. So I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments. I personally think it's just a big cost that some clubs are going to miss. But at the same time, it's a risk of digging up the pitch for a season, being relegated and, you know, slowly having a decline, but whatever. Best of luck to Harrogate Town. Hope you guys stay up in League 2 next season. And also best of luck to Notts County. I think they're one of them clubs, alongside the likes of Wrexham, the likes of Chesterfield, Stockport County, Halifax Town, that really shouldn't be in non-league. And yeah, so if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you do leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It's massively appreciated. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Goodbye.